Welcome class to a video with regards to your final project. So underneath your course content now you should see a folder that is called Final Project. This includes your grading rubric that is going to be used to grade your coffee shop website at the very end of the semester. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the PDF file, and I'm just going to take some time and kind of step through it. So there's two components to it. There is the coffee shop grading rubric that really looks at the design and the content, breaks it out into technical, and then breaks it out into credibility. You'll notice that within the content area that there is also a project content requirements, which happens to be page 3 of this document. So I'm going to first go over page 3, and then I'm going to back up and go over the rest of the pages. So coffee shop project requirement checklist. Notice it's worth 40 points. Each one of these has its point value. So the first one says all portfolio builders through chapter 9. So it gives you all the page numbers, page 1-39, 2-41, and so on. They must be completed. So the process of that, it creates the home page plus your 5 additional pages. Now these can be on the same level in a storyboard or in a wireframe, or they could be a child page of another page. Just make sure that you have the 6 pages. Each one of those are worth 2 points. Then number 2 says site must be designed for the 3 media queries, mobile, tablet, and desktop. So Dreamweaver does the heavy work of that. It just needs to make sure that you have come into play and added some CSS styling to each one of those sections. So the mobile, again, is that global at the top. Okay, and then we have tablet and we have desktop. So for example, with floating of images, in a global, in the mobile side of it, we wouldn't float our images, but in a tablet or desktop, we would go ahead and either float our images to the right or the left. So if you remember back into chapter 4, we had the image and we would float of none, but then for tablet and further to desktop, we would do either a float to the right or the left. And we did that through those classes. IMG_float, I can't remember exactly. No, I think it was image, class image_float, and that class image_float_right. Okay, widths is another thing that you can come into play with your media queries, and then ULLIA, that was another one that we worked with our menus as well. So the spacing between the menu items. So that is what I'll be looking for here. Make sure you test these styles. So if you set these up, you need to make sure that you're using your different views. So let's go ahead and open up Dreamweaver. Oh, here I thought it had it on there. Nope. Oh, there it is. I just need to make sure I'm in my correct version when I'm showing you this. Okay, so in striped umbrella, so cafe, probably not a good test for us. Let's see, I'm trying to think which page. Oh, I got some checking in and checking out that I created in the last chapter. It's weird how that image is. Okay, so here's our live view. So what I'm talking about that is you can again use the live view here with the query code, the QR code, sorry. And then we have different like here. So we want to make sure that our images are not floated. Okay, so those are the kind of things that I'm going to be looking for. Make sure that again that you're testing these at least through these screen resolutions, if not using this QR code to actually live preview on a device. The meta keywords and description, I'm going to be looking for that in the home page, so make sure that you have meta name equal keywords and meta name equal description. Site should contain an unordered or ordered list, some headings, and a table. So we'll be looking for those 3 items. Must contain CSS styles such as headings, subheadings, body content, copyrights, bolding, italicizing, centering. and positioning images and/or divs. So I'm going to be looking for CSS styles that are beyond what the template gave us. Site must contain at least 2 images, so these are from Pixabay. These do not include your banner that you used for the tablet and the desktop layout. It does not include that logo, okay, for the mobile layout. So when we're looking here, remember we had a different logo or banner, and then when we look here we have a different one. That's excluded. That's excluded from those 2 images. So your pages must contain some images. Menu navigation must be formatted as an unordered list, okay, and CSS styled. So this is chapter 5. Site includes at least 2 external links, okay. That was also, I think that was chapter 4, chapter 6, I think. No, actually right here, chapter 5. 2 external links, so linking to an outside source. Include IDs. This is where we're jumping from one part of the page to another. A few of you created where you jump from, you have all like a section of drinks at the top on your menu. Then maybe you have a section of pastries, and it was jumping from one section to another. Site must contain an image map, transparent image over the banner as an example. If you do that, make sure you apply it to all your pages, of course, excluding your home page. And then site must contain a functional form, and we will be getting to that chapter. But so that form is either going to have an email address attached to it in the action attribute or the JavaScript file, which I will supply to you. So all of these requirements, simple checklist for you. You go down and make sure that you have them all, and you got your 40 points. Then we jump back up, and we have project includes completed storyboard. So updated copy to the final project Dropbox in the course shell. So perhaps maybe I should change this word here to wireframe. So I'll go ahead and do that. So project includes completed wireframe. So your wireframe that you created back in chapter 1 when you first started planning out Coffee Shop, you go ahead and update it because maybe things changed along the way, and you upload it to this Dropbox right here. So final project Dropbox. Functional navigation uses common navigation labels. So your menu, again, just make sure that you're not being off, and using really different types of navigation labels. Site offers interactivity. The visitor is engaged in the site. So when I come to your site, do I feel like I want to learn more? Okay. CSS page layout is used. So again, that should be a given because we are using a Dreamweaver template. Logical organization of content. So does it seem like your content flows, based on that menu as well? Page design is visually pleasing, supports the page content, and is appropriate for its intended audience. So page design, and then we get into the colors. So colors is the colors that you're using consistent with that what you would see if you were going to search for a coffee shop website. Okay. Contains a logo and or banner. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for the logo for the mobile side and looking for a banner for tablet and desktop. Number 9, information can be found within 2 to 3 clicks. This is usually not an issue with students' websites. Just keep in mind that we use this rubric for all of our classes, all our projects that we have in all of our classes in the web program. All pages functionally titled. So this is where back in chapter 7 we ran reports to make sure that our pages are titled. This is worth 2 points. All files and or directories are functionally named. File names do not include spaces. So when I'm looking over here at my file names, I should never have a space in them. Okay? So make sure that you have that. Functionally named means that I didn't name it page 1, page 2, page 3. I named it to the actual content of the page. So this means it's about a cafe, and this means it's about the cruises, and this means about fishing. That's functionally named. Footer contains a copyright statement, your contact information. So copyright statement, there it is. Okay, your contact information. So let me get in here in design view so I can do some editing. So if I were to add my contact information, it would be Amy. Well, actually, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to come to email link. and I'm going to put contact, and then I'm going to put in my email. Okay, so now I have a contact link. So your name linked to your BSc email address and the institution. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to say Bismarck State College. Now feel free to put your full email in here if you want. I'm just hesitant about that because if we had a robot come through here and just kind of scan and scan, that's how they get emails. So yes, supply an email address for them to contact you, but it doesn't mean you need to actually list that out as the text. Further, a resources link. So now we have a resources link. So resources means you're going to have to develop a brand new page and you're going to link to it. So if I were to do that, and based off of activities here, I go save as. I'm going to call it resources. And then within my content here, I am going to tell me, okay, let's see if I can, oh, I lost it. Probably not good to get rid of all of it because then you don't know. Okay, so I might say something like images obtained from, and then I give my information. Content obtained from. Okay, so that becomes my resources page, and then I go ahead and link that to my resources page. Okay, that's talked about in a couple areas, so make sure you have your resources page and then a last updated statement. So I think I have a last updated statement. So there's a lot of information here in that footer and it's worth 5 points. So honestly, students usually miss these points right here. That's 10 points. That takes you all the way down to a 90% right away. And these are really simple. You just have to take the time to do them. Okay, technical elements. We usually don't have to worry about the website displaying consistently in these browsers because that's what our template in Dreamweaver assures us that it's okay. So all links are functional. So if I click on a link, does it work, correctly and it's relevant to the website? Image links and image maps have alternate text. So image links, so any image should have alternate text as well as our image map. All file paths are relative, meaning that they work. Okay, so relative means that if I click on a link here, that it is linking correctly to a page in here. Okay, sometimes all file paths are relatives. What will happen is I'll open up a student's web page and the image doesn't display. And then I look behind the scenes and the image is hard-coded to their flash drive. So that means that it is not relative. That means it's absolute. And once I upload it to the server, I can't find the flash drive. So make sure that you're testing, and once you have uploaded to the server, you take through a browser and go out there and look to see that everything is the way it should be. Contact person is listed including your email address and phone number. That's your footer. Okay, so if you don't have that, you're going to get docked another 2 points. This all falls under credibility. Links have been kept current state when page was last updated. So links are working and we have a last updated statement. Spell and grammar check all documents because I'm not the best grammar person, but I can notice spelling words. And what I do here in Dreamweaver is I will go ahead and go to tools and I go to spell check. And I go through all of your pages, okay, and make sure that you've spelled every word correctly. Resource links used to develop content are included. So that resources page, and then again states the name of the institution. So again, that footer is very, very powerful. So make sure that you don't miss that area right here because it's in 2 sections. So if you have any questions or need any help developing any of this, please let me know. And let's all shoot for that 100%. Thank you.